Okay, I want you to picture this. An archipelago, right? Over 80 volcanic islands surrounded by these incredible coral reefs and just the deepest blue of the Pacific Ocean you can imagine. This is Vanuatu, and it's a place where life itself is just completely woven into the rhythm of the ocean.
You see, for the Vanuatu people, the sea isn't just some resource. It's a provider. It's their main source of protein, it's a huge part of the economy, and it's absolutely central to their culture. We're talking everything from fishing in the lagoons for dinner to small-scale commercial operations. This connection to the ocean, it's everything.
But this entire way of life, this vital connection, is in real jeopardy. There's a huge and growing threat that's putting it all at risk. And the crazy thing is, it's a threat that starts thousands of miles away, but its impact is being felt with just incredible force right here.
So to really get what's happening, we need to kind of zoom out for a second and look at the immense pressure our global climate is putting on Vanuatu's most precious resource.
The basic problem really comes down to one thing: heat. The ocean is just soaking up enormous amounts of it, and this warming trend is pushing all of the marine life to its absolute limit.
So what you're looking at here, these charts basically show us the future. And yeah, it's getting hotter. And these aren't just vague guesses. These are actual climate models for Vanuatu. They show a steady, sharp climb in the temperature of the hottest days of the year, all the way out to 2090. And of course, that rising heat has some really serious consequences.
One of the most dangerous results of all this warming is the rise of what we call marine heat waves. Seriously, think of it like a heat wave on land, when it's just brutally hot for days. Well, imagine that happening in the ocean. These are long stretches of abnormally high sea temperatures, and they can be absolutely catastrophic for everything living under the water.
This warming sets off a pretty devastating chain reaction. First, the heat causes massive coral bleaching. It turns these vibrant reefs into, barren graveyards, which destroys critical homes for fish. At the same time, the ocean is absorbing more CO2, which makes it more acidic, and that makes it harder for shellfish to grow. And to top it all off, warmer waters fuel stronger, more intense tropical cyclones. It's like a multi-front assault on the entire marine system.
But look, this isn't just a story about all the challenges. It's also a story of resilience and some really cool innovation. So how do you fight back against a threat this big? Well, it turns out it starts with information.
What if you could see the risk coming, right? That's the whole idea behind something called Climate Information Services, or CIS for short. And you should think of these as way more than just a weather report. These are sophisticated systems that are designed to deliver really specific, actionable climate data to the people who are right there on the front lines, helping them make much better decisions.
In Vanuatu, this work is being led by the VanKIRAP project, and its full name actually translates to Vanuatu Climate Information for Being Ready, Adapting, and Protecting. Pretty cool, huh? Their entire goal is to bridge that massive gap between complex climate science and the everyday needs of the communities.
So how does this actually work in the real world? I mean, how do you take all this global climate data and make it truly useful for a fisher on a remote island?
Well, it's kind of like a four-step journey to get from that raw data to a real-world decision. First, you collect just tons of data from satellites, ocean buoys, and local sites. Then, scientists build these powerful computer models to project what might happen next. But step 3, that's where the real magic happens. All that complicated science gets transformed into simple, easy-to-use tools. And finally, and this is probably the most important part, the communities get trained on how to actually use that information to make smarter, safer choices.
And this is exactly where the science meets the sea. So on the left, you've got a complex model showing wave heights. But check out the map on the right. That one shows chlorophyll concentration. Now to put that simply, where there's more chlorophyll, there's more food for the little fish, which means, more big fish. For a fisher, this map isn't just data. It's basically a treasure map. It guides them to where the fish are, and that saves them time, fuel, and helps them bring home a much better catch.
And this isn't just a theory. It's happening right now in communities all across the country, like on Tomman Island, which is one of the case study sites. Over there, this tailored information helps the local managers decide, say, when to temporarily close a reef to protect it from a coming heat wave. Or it helps fishers know which days are safest to even go out to sea and where they're most likely to be successful. So what's the actual tangible benefit of having this kind of foresight? Well, the impact is enormous, and I mean both economically and socially. The numbers here are just staggering. A cost-benefit analysis actually found that if these services can help Vanuatu reduce just 10% of the climate impacts by 2050, it could save the nation $17.8 million US. I mean, that is a massive return on investment, and it's directly protecting livelihoods in the entire national economy.
Ultimately, all of this work is about making a national vision a reality. It's about ensuring that the very ocean that has sustained generations of Vanuatu people can keep doing that for all the generations still to come. You know, making sure there's food security and a vibrant future. So, this leaves us with a final and, I think, pretty powerful question. In an age of just unprecedented environmental change, what if our most effective tool isn't a giant seawall or some new piece of tech? What if it's something much more fundamental? Just the power of knowing what's coming and having the wisdom to act on it.